Now we are going to see the sixth experiment, interfacing EEPROM and interrupt in embedded laboratory. Now we are going to see the sixth experiment, interfacing EEPROM and interrupt. First we are going to see about the interfacing EEPROM with LPC2148. We are going to write the string in the EEPROM with I2C concept in LPC214 using LPC2148. Since the EEPROM memory consists of two pins EPSDA and EPSCL, these two pins are connected to the port 0.3 and port 0.2 of LPC kit. Similarly, any three switch can be chosen for the write, read as well as erase operation, and the port 0.16 should be connected to your switch, and 17 should be connected to another switch, and 0.18 should be connected to the another switch for read, write and erase operation. In this program we are going to verify whether if there is any data in the memory, it will erase. If there is no data, it will load the data. It means it will write the data and it will read the data which is written. These three operations we are going to perform in this program. First program for erase, write and read to the EEPROM. Here we are initially using the LPC214X library, and here has defined switch 1 for a write operation, and we define switch 2 for read operation and switch 3 for erase operation. These three switch are connected to are taken as an input because switch is an input device, and we are going to connect this to the particular port, so that we are connecting taking the particular value, that is 0001, 0010 and 0100 of the particular port. See, here we are going to connect it to the port 0.16, 17, 18. This indicates port 0.16 is high. This indicates port 0.17 is high. This indicates port 0.18 is high. So next we are giving them string which we are going to write in the memory as a max buffer size of 16. The string size is taken here as 16, and we are going to write block of data. We are going to write two block 0 and block 1, and this block size is given as 256, and the frequency are defined in such a manner. And we are giving the delay program as void delay of, and in order to transmit the data we are giving void send start void of, and in order to stop the data we are using void send stop void of, and we are going to send the particular string one by one each character at a time. Therefore void cat send off using I2C. We are sending the data, that is we are writing the data, then voice cat read of, we are reading the data. These functions are performed here, and we are using the buffer maximum buffer size of as a function for writing the data or reading the data. With some delay, if we write or read the data, it is visible for our eyes, so that we are producing some delay using IJ loop. Void delay of function is used. For starting the data transmission, they are given I2C0 CON set register is set to the value 0 plus 20. To stop that transmission, they are given the particular value to be 0 plus 10, so that the data will be string will be transmitted for writing in the RAM memory, and it will EEPROM memory, and it will stop after completing the particular string. The string length is accessed using unsigned char send off. Will check the each data in the string, and it will transmit one by one, and if all the data it read, it will come out. Similarly, two string are sent through this. Here you can see that unsigned char send I2C. Similarly, here we can initially unsigned char send refers to we are writing a particular data on the EEPROM memory, and we can see this data in the hyperterminal window output. Similarly, in the next function we can see that unsigned char read, so that we can read the particular data available in the memory using this function. This is the function which indicates read operation. This is the function which indicates write operation in the row memory. We read one by one at a time, and it will return a particular value, so that we can get that all the data, all the characters available in the string can be read one by one, and we can conclude that all the data are read successfully. Then next function we are going to see is we are going to check the status of the EPROM, whether data is available or not. Therefore, we are using the function unsigned char I2C status of. We are checking the status flag whether it is 0. If it is 0, we can say that there is no problem, no data is available. If it is not 0, it will send that some data is available, so that we can check whether the data is available or not, and we can write the program. Unsigned char page writer function can be used to write the program given string or given data in the entire page as a block, for which we are using the maximum buffer size to compare whether we write all the data into the memory or not. We can transmit the data for writing operation. Similarly, for reading the data from the memory, we can receive the data. This can be done by means of reading the values in the max buffer register or writing the values in the max buffer register. Here reading and writing takes place by means of IRQ interrupt. By checking this IRQ interrupt, we can say that whether EPROM is ready to write the data or it is ready to read the data. This I2C can be initialized by means of this function void I2C initialization function, and the interrupt is given by vector interrupt. We are going to read this vector interrupt and make I2C communication, so that the data is written in the EPROM using UART communication. Therefore, UART communication is also established here. UART serial data transmission, character transmission and reception. We are sending the character one by one using void UART0 put function, and we are given the main function. Main function, we are transmitting data through UART0. Therefore, you can see the output in the hyperterminal window. We can view the output by changing the switch 1, 2, 3. If we make the switch 1 to the low position and make high, then you can see the data will be right in the EPROM memory, or you can see the output in the hyperterminal window. Similarly, if you make the switch 2 from low to high, high to low, then it will make the data to read from the EPROM memory. If we make switch 3 from low to high, then high to low, then you can erase the data in the EPROM memory. These three operations can be verified in the hyperterminal window. For these three operations, they are written the functions for three switch reading operation or writing operation, and it is repeatedly executed through all these functions. By executing this program in the micro version 4 software and downloading the program using FlashMagick software into the kit, and after making the kit in the execution mode, we can see the output of this program by erasing the data, writing the data and reading the data in EPROM can be verified in the hyperterminal window. Thank you. Next, we are going to see the second part in experiment 6, interfacing interrupt using LPC2148. We are going to write the program for studying the interrupt using LPC2148. Here we are using the external interrupt 0 pin. We are going to connect this external interrupt 0 EINT0 pin should be connected to the particular port, so that when this we are giving when interrupt via this EINT0, the LED will either turn on or turn off. LED status will be changed when we get the interrupt. We provide the external interrupt via EINT0 pin. Pin connections are given that INT1 should be connected to port 0.1 of the LPC, and 8 LED should be connected to port 1.16 to port 1.23. Program is given for EINT external interrupt 0, initializing LPC 214x.h. This will include the particular LPC 214 family libraries. Then we are using the IRQ interrupt, which is taken as an external interrupt 0 interrupt service routine. Here we are taking the external interrupt is equal to 0.00000001 because we are connecting port 0.1 to the interrupt, for which we are giving this value. Similarly, IO1 set equal to 00F0000. Here we are using port 1, 8 pins as a LED, that is set, so that it will initially start glow. Therefore, port 1, 8 pins will be made high, 1111, then again 1111, therefore FF. Next, void initialization of the external interrupt is given. This here we are going to enable the interrupt and check whether the external interrupt occur or off. If it occur, then we are going to execute that interrupt service routine. These operations are done in this VIC vector control. In order to check the 5th bit, we are shifting it to the 1 by the 5th bit and checking with that by making OR operation with 4 bitwise OR operation. Similarly, VIC initialization enable bit is checked by whether by shifting 1 to the left shift by 14 positions, so that we can check whether any we enable the external interrupt, so that we can read the external interrupt when any interrupt occurs. If any interrupt occurs, then we can read it via VIC vector address 0. The main function is given here. Here we are using pin select 0 because we are going to connect the external pin to the port 0 pin, and pin select 2 because we are going to connect the 8 LED in the port 1, 1.16 to 1.1. Here we are going to connect this 8 LED to port 1.16 to 1.23. Therefore, we are giving pin select 2. Similarly, IO1 DAR is a port 1, that is 8 LEDs connected as an output, so that we are giving 81 is equal to FF. Clock is divided as PBB DIV, and external interrupt initialization function is done. Initially we make all the LED, we cleared all the LED, so that we are using IO1 clear. Therefore, in port 1 all the pins we set initially is made clear. Therefore, it is set as clearing. Similarly, initially when it is high, and after giving the interrupt, it will make enter into the interrupt service routine, and it will make the LED clear. In this manner, we can verify the output after executing this program into the KL micro version and downloading the program into the LPC kit. We can verify the program in the kit. First of all, you have to open KL micro version 4. In the KL micro version 4 window, you have to click project and then new micro version project. In that, you have to create a particular folder. I have created a folder INTT. Double click on INTT and save the file name as INTT, and you save. You have to choose the family device NXP counted by Philips, and the device name is LPC2148. You have to click LPC2148 and give OK. Yes. Now you have to just click file and give new. You have to type the program, and now you have to save the program. Click file and give save. In the same folder, I have to save the program INTT.c and give save. In the target, you have to right click and give options for the target window. In the output, you have to select create hex file and in the linker you have to choose use memory layout from the target dialog and click OK. Now expand the target source group will be created. In the source group, right click and give add existing files to the folder. Click int.c and give add. Then give close. If you expand the source group, you can see that int.c is created. Now you can compile the program. Click project and click build target. See, it will create linking files and create hex files with 0 errors and 0 warning. Now the .hex file will be created. Now we have to open the FlashMagic software. In there you have to check the settings for step 1, comport as comport 1, because we are going to connect the device UART to that of the system UART in comport 1. Similarly, baud rate, that is serial communication baud rate, is 19,200 and the device name is LPC2148 and interface is none. Then you have to click, in the second you have to click erase blocks used by hex file. The third, you have to just browse and take that particular INT file. In the INT folder, I have created int.hex and give open. Now, make sure that the connections are properly given in the kit. In the kit, we have to give 2 connections. See, the connections are properly given. That is, port 0.1 should be connected to the INT pin and port 1.16 to port 1.23 8 pin should be connected to the 8 LED, so that the kit, if any external interrupt will occur, then the LED will change from on state to off state or off state to on state until the interrupt is given. If you press the switch continuously, then the LED will either on continuously or it will off continuously based upon the program. Before downloading the program into the kit, make switch 26 in the downloading mode, that is in the downwards, and press the reset button. After downloading the program into the kit, you have to push switch 26 to the upward mode and give reset button, and now you can view the output in the LED. If you press the external interrupt, the LED will change the state. Now you have to click start button and download the program into the kit. After the program gets downloaded into the kit, it will shows programming and finished. Make sure that the switch 26 should be in the programming mode and external interrupt INT is connected to this port 0.1 and port 1.16 to port 1.23 pin should be connected to the 8 LEDs. If we want to execute the program, then we have to move the switch 26 into the execution mode and click reset button. Now you can see the output. If the LED is on previously, it will be now off. If you press this external interrupt, then LED will on. If you leave the button, the LED will off. In this way, we can provide external interrupt in order to control a input output devices using LPC2148. This is the output for external interrupt. This interrupt program can be used to control any output devices by means of interrupt by means of providing interrupt using the external hardware device. By pressing any switch, we can control the speed of the motor, we can control the LED, we can control the flow of water, we can control the various other things that is available along with the LPC 2148 development kit. Whatever the hardware we are connecting to this, it can be controlled using this interrupt. Thank you. This is the program for the EEPROM memory. In the Keil Micro version 4 software, we have to compile this program, and I have compiled the program and it shows 0 errors and 0 warning. Now you can download the program into the kit. The connections are given in such a way: switch 1 should be connected to port 0.16 and switch 2 should be connected to port 0.17 and switch 3 should be connected to port 0.18, and EPSDA should be connected to port 0.3 and EPSCL should be connected to port 0.2. After giving this connection, we have to download the program into the kit by making the switch 26 in the download mode. See, the connections are given in such a way. In EEPROM, 2 pins are available, that is EPSDA and EPSCL. We have to just connect this EPSDA and EPSCL pin to the port 0.2 and port 0.3. Similarly, we have to connect the 3 port pins, port 0.16 to port 0.17 and port 0.8 towards the switch position 1, 2, 3. We have to connect to the switch 1, 2, 3. This first switch is assigned for making the ROM memory to perform read operations. We can perform the read operation on this EEPROM by making this switch high to low. While we press the second switch, we can perform the write operation on the memory. If we perform the high to low on the third switch, then we can erase the data available in the EEPROM. In this way, we can control the EEPROM memory using ARM processor. This ARM 7 microcontroller is interfaced along with the EEPROM, and we can perform read, write as well as erase operation on any of this type of memories, and this is done by means of I2C protocol. Now we can download the program into the kit, and after downloading the program, we can verify the output in the hyperterminal window. We have to open this FlashMagic software, and we have to give the settings as in step 1. Step 2, we have to click erase block. In step 3, we have to select the particular EEPROM.hex file, and in step 5, we have to click start button so that the program will be downloaded into the kit. Make sure that the switch 26 should be in the downward position, that is in download mode. You can see the output here. Suppose I press the switch, you can see that the output gets changed. Since the program is downloaded successfully into the kit, we have to make switch 26 into the execution mode, and we can see that in order to control the EEPROM that perform write operation, we have to make the switch. See, if I move the switch 1, it shows that written successfully. Similarly, if I move the switch 2, it will show read successfully, and if I move the switch 3, it will also show erase successfully. See, I have already write the data and erase the data successfully. Similarly, we can read the data or we can write the data. In order to perform this read write operation, see, erase successfully is performed. We have write the data, we have erased the data, so that when using EEPROM we can easily write the data, erase the data as well as read the data on the memory, so that interfacing of ARM processor with the EEPROM is studied. Similarly, we can use for various applications based upon the various memory devices we use. We can with the help of the ARM processor, we can perform read write operation and use for various real-time applications which needs large memory size. Thank you.